Today I'm going to tell you how to do winning pictures. It's not really that hard. People always think, oh, photography, oh no. The number one rule that I always recommend for anybody is read your manual. Don't be like the guys here. If all else fails, read the manual. Okay. So always know what's in your manual. Your manual will teach you everything that you basically need to know about your camera. It's enough to get you started and keep you out of trouble. The second thing that I highly recommend is going to be what's called using the thirds. When you look through your viewfinder, you turn it into thirds. In order to make your picture more interesting, you're going to put your person or subject or whatever in one side of the third somewhere. Most people take pictures that don't know what they're doing. I can say it that way. They're right in the center. Everything is perfectly framed. You don't have to do that. Another thing that I highly recommend is always to get close to your subject. I mean, the thing that you see most of the time is someone's way back there and the picture's way back here. That's not a picture. That's a scenery shot. So get close to your subject. By doing that rather, you're going to make your pictures more interesting. And that's kind of the goal of what I'm trying to help you do. Another thing is your depth of field. Now, depth of field is when you take a picture and it's what is in focus in front of your subject through to the back of your subject. What you want to do is make the back part of the background blurred. And you do that by using a large aperture. What is aperture? An aperture is the opening, kind of like the iris of your eye. It tells you how much light is going in. The bigger your iris is, think of a pinhole camera. The bigger your iris is, the more light that comes in, and the more the background is blurred. And so what this will do for you is to make your subject be very, very much in focus, and everything else is blurred so it emphasizes your subject. Now you can get into some specialties, something called hyperfocal focusing. And that's where you go and move your depth of field. And you're able to move it before or after to make it more interesting in that regard. I like hyperfocal focusing sometimes. The next thing I want to talk about, this is not a photograph, okay? And what I mean by that is, when you're taking pictures, be conscious of the light. You don't want bright sunlight shining in your subject's face, or a bright light. So you kind of want to keep, be conscious of that. Otherwise, you're going to have squinting people, and they're not going to like the picture, and you're not going to like the picture in the end result. The next thing I want to talk about, there's two times that are the best to take any picture. Now, it's mostly used for when you're doing nature shots. Okay? And what it is you want to shoot in the magical hour of shooting, which is right before sunset or right after sunrise. That's where you get this light that is very warm, and the light fills in all of the shadows. It's a very even, smooth, it gives you your best skin tones. It is the time to take pictures. Now, that does not mean that you have to say, I'm sorry, I can't take a picture until 8:30 tonight. Okay. What that means is, if you can arrange it, that's what you want to do. If you're going to use artificial light, that is an entirely different subject. but again, you can get the same results with light. Always, always take your camera with you everywhere you go. You cannot be a good photographer and take great pictures if you don't have your camera with you. And today's technology makes it very easy. You've got cell phones like Laura. You've got cameras like what's in the back. You've got all kinds of shapes and forms. I mean, there's plenty. The GoPro is very famous right now. I like the GoPro. It's really cool. The GoPro is a camera that you can do anything to it. Throw it off of a cliff, throw it out as you parachute, and it will survive. It is the coolest camera I think it's come along in a long time. And that's because someone was very into very rough type sports, and he invented the camera, and it's been a huge takeoff since. One thing that you should always keep in mind, and this is something that I run into a lot, and that is keep extra batteries and keep extra memory cards with you. I can't tell you how many times I run into a problem because of those two rules. I don't always follow my own rule, but those are good rules to keep in mind. It is very easy to use up all of your memory and or your battery, and you're not able to do the shot that would have been that $1 million shot. Now, the last thing I want to bring up is you want to do multiple shots. I don't know how many times I've done just one shot, and I did it recently at Toastmasters. But anyway, we're talking about digital photography, not video. I did one shot, and that one shot was the worst shot I did. So you should always do multiple shots. So with all of this that I've been talking about, you can make great photographs just by following those rules. And those are just the simple, basic rules that will help you to be a master photographer. Thank you.